Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beatles Forever. Today I'm going to continue with the Fun Facts series because it's fun to find out more information about the Beatles' fabulous albums, and sometimes you don't realize the little behind-the-scenes things about each album, so it's kind of cool to investigate. So today it's all about the album Revolver. So let's jump right in. How did the album Revolver get its name? Well, it sounds like there was a little bit of trouble coming up with a good title. It was suggested to be named Beatles on Safari or Abracadabra, and then Ringo suggested they call it After Geography to follow in the footsteps of the Rolling Stones' Aftermath album. And other possible titles included Pendulums, Fat Man and Bobby, Magic Circle, Four Sides of the Circle, and Four Sides of the Eternal Triangle. Well, I'm glad they didn't decide on those titles. Instead, it's based on a pun. The way an LP revolves at 33 1/3 revolutions a minute. So this sounds more like the Beatles. They always like plays on words, and so this is a good one. So why did the Beatles never play these songs live? Well, the Beatles, by the time Revolver came out, were disillusioned about playing songs for the screaming fans, and no one could hear what they were playing, and they couldn't even hear what they were playing. So these songs were too overdubbed to be replicated on stage. The high-pitched bird sound on Tomorrow Never Knows. Well, this is actually Paul McCartney laughing or pretending to laugh, and they sped up the sound on a loop and mixed the track at the end. How did Paul come up with the title Eleanor Rigby? It originally was going to be called Miss Daisy Hawkins, but Paul changed it to Eleanor Rigby, taking the name Eleanor from the actress in the movie from Help, who was named Eleanor Braun. And subconsciously, he may have seen a tombstone with the name on it because there's an Eleanor Rigby buried near Paul's former home in Woolton in Liverpool, and this person died in 1939. So that's kind of different. So a picture that was taken off the cover of Revolver, the Beatles' good friend Klaus Voormann from Hamburg days designed and drew the collage, and it had line drawings of John and Paul and George and Ringo with cut-up photographs. So Paul was looking at it, and he said, "Hey, that's me sitting on the toilet." Paul surprisingly wanted the photo to stay, but George Martin got his way, and it was removed. So Voormann was paid only £40 to £50 for his work, but he got compensated when he won a Grammy for the best album cover, so that was pretty good. McCartney played lead on Taxman. Well, Paul McCartney started the band playing lead guitar, but it was later put on bass. And Paul proved he's a talented musician. He could play piano, drums, bass guitar, or lead guitar, anything. The song Taxman had some people thinking that since George Harrison wrote the song, he played the lead guitar, but Paul took the honors and did a great job on it. Well, Got to Get You Into My Life isn't the love song you think it is. Paul McCartney wrote this song about his love for pot. He said it could, been a song about the love of chocolate or the love of wine, but in this case, he had just discovered marijuana, so he was creating this song to show just how much he loved it. So all the Beatles came up with the lyrics for this song. All four Beatles contributed to the lyrics of the song Eleanor Rigby, and that's pretty rare, so that's worth listening to just to wonder who wrote what. Next, we have background recordings. I'm Only Sleeping and Tomorrow Never Knows. Both feature backward recordings, including a smashing guitar solo on the former. Okay, Revolver is like Rubber Soul. According to thebeatlesbible.com, the Beatles' previous album, Rubber Soul, had been seen them explore R&B and folk stylings. And Revolver took this further, bringing in influences such as Motown, classical Indian music, and children's songs, in addition to the orchestral instrumentations and elements of musique concrète. But Harrison said, Revolver was accepted well. I don't see much difference between Rubber Soul and Revolver. To me, they could have been Volume 1 and Volume 2. I'm Only Sleeping is John singing about his favorite thing to do. So journalist and friend of Lennon, Maureen Cleave, said of him, he can sleep almost indefinitely. He's probably the laziest person in England. To which John replied, physically lazy. I don't mind writing or reading or watching or speaking, but sex is the only physical thing I can be bothered with anymore. So Revolver took 300 hours to create in the studio. Wow, this is a lot of time. The recording of the album was extensive, roughly 3 times the amount of time for Rubber Soul, an astronomical amount for a record in 1966. And sessions took place in the Intimate Studio 3 at Abbey Road, and the key to the recording was EMI engineer Ken Townsend's pioneering work, double-tracking production technique. Paul's answer to God Only Knows. So in this last fact, Paul came up with the song Here, There, and Everywhere after hearing the Beach Boys song God Only Knows. Paul McCartney said that this was his personal favorite song of his that he's written. So, and in the Revolver, I agree with George that Rubber Soul and Revolver were similar, and they're going into new territory with the overdubs and the different styles of music. And it's a vibrant album and one that still sounds fresh today. And my top 5 songs from the album are Taxman. I like the guitar work, George and his anger about how his money's being taxed away from him, all done in a rocking way. And Yellow Submarine, this song is always a fun one. You could picture everyone in the studio acting like kids and making all the sound effects necessary for the song. And Ringo does a great job with the vocals, and he makes you want to sing along with him every time. And next up, Good Day Sunshine. I love the piano and how it comes in at the very beginning of the song, and then it rollicks along throughout the song. It's a song of happiness, optimism, and being in love. It sounds like the perfect day. Eleanor Rigby, well, this song takes you to the classical sounds of Baroque, and it has the twist of pop. I didn't realize all the Beatles had a part in writing the lyrics for the song, and that makes it even more special. It's a sad song and a beautiful song in the orchestration. So the last song that I picked was I'm Only Sleeping. This song is one that everyone can relate to. You know, you have to get up early to go to work, but you don't want to get up. This verse says it well. Please don't wake me. No, don't shake me. Leave me where I am. I'm only sleeping. The album Revolver was very popular, and it's easy to see why. They created songs that sounded nothing like the early years, and it would lead them to become even more creative than what they had done before. I didn't appreciate their later works until much later in my life because I loved their early sound so much. Now I love all their songs equally, and they were ahead of their time, and they gain new fans to this day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you could give it a thumbs up, it would be appreciated, and I really hope everybody's been having a good day. Tune in again soon for another episode of The Beatles Forever. Thank you. Bye.